Sit down, please. Vanuit die van in uitstaan. Wat ervan heb ik best bij de stem met de back recorder of no. The International Military Tribunal will now enter.
The four defendants in this case are called upon to make their plea for the indictment which has been lodged against them and in which they are charged with crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity, and of a common plan or conspiracy to commit those crimes. It is the wish of the tribunal that I should make a very brief statement on behalf of the Tribunal. This International Military Tribunal has been established pursuant to the Agreement of London, dated the 8th of August 1945, and the Charter of the Tribunal as annexed thereto. And the purpose for which the Tribunal has been established is stated in Article 1 of the Charter to be the just and prompt trial and punishment of the major war criminals of the European Axis. The signatories to the Agreement and Charter are the Government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, the Government of the United States of America, the Provisional Government of the French Republic, and the Government of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The Committee of the Chief Prosecutors, appointed by the four signatories, have settled the final designation of the war criminals and have approved the indictment on which the present defendants stand charged here today. On Thursday, the 18th of October, 1945, in Berlin, the indictment was lodged with the Tribunal, and a copy of that indictment in the German language has been furnished to each defendant and has been in his possession for more than 30 days. All the defendants are represented by counsel. In almost all cases, the counsel appearing for the defendants have been chosen by the defendants themselves. But in cases where counsel could not be obtained, the Tribunal has itself selected suitable counsel agreeable to the defendants. The Tribunal has heard with great satisfaction of the steps which have been taken by the chief prosecutors to make available to defending counsel the numerous documents upon which the prosecution relies, with the aim of giving to the defendants every possibility for a just defense. The trial which is now about to begin is unique It is of supreme importance for these reasons. There is laid upon everybody who takes any part in this trial a solemn responsibility to discharge their duties without fear or favor, in accordance with the sacred principles of law and justice. Four signatories, having invoked the judicial process, it is the duty of all concerned to see that the trial in no way departs from those principles and provisions which alone give justice its authority and the place it ought to occupy in the affairs of all civilized states. This trial is a public trial in the fullest sense of those words, and I must therefore remind the public that the Tribunal will insist upon the complete maintenance of order and will take the strictest measures to enforce it. It only remains for me to direct, in accordance with the Charter. Shall I?
to the tribunal, the United States of America, the French Republic, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, by the undersigned Robert H. Jackson, Francois de Menton, Hartley Shawcross, and R.A. Rudenko, duly appointed to represent their respective governments in the investigation of the charges against and the prosecution of the major war criminals, pursuant to the Agreement of London dated 8th August 1945, and the charter of this tribunal annexed thereto, hereby accused as guilty in the respects hereinafter set forth of crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity, and of a common plan or conspiracy to commit those crimes, all as defined in the charter of the tribunal, and accordingly name as defendants in this cause and as indicted on the counts hereinafter set out, Hermann Wilhelm Göring, Rudolf Hess, Joachim von Ribbentrop, Robert Lai, Wilhelm Keitel, Ernst Kaltenbrunner, Alfred Rosenberg, Hans Frank, Wilhelm Frick, Julius Streicher, Walter Funk, Halmar Schack, Gustav Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach, Karl Dönitz, Erich Raeder, Baldur von Schirach, Fritz Sappel, Alfred Jodl, Martin Bormann, Franz von Papen, Arthur Seyss-Inquart, Fred Speer, Konstantin von Neurath, and Hans Fritschy. Individually, and as members of any group of the groups or organizations next hereinafter named. The following are named as groups or organizations, since which should be declared by reason of their aims and the means used for the accomplishment thereof, and in connection with the conviction of such of the named defendants as were members thereof. Die Reichsregierung, Reichskabinett, das Korps der politischen Leiter der nationalsozialistischen Deutschen Arbeiterpartei, Leadership Corps of the National Nazi Party, die Schutzstaffen der nationalsozialistischen Deutschen Arbeiterpartei, commonly known as the SS, and including the Staatspolizei, and including the Sicherheitsdienst, commonly known as the SD, the Geheime Staatspolizei, Secret State Police, commonly known as the Gestapo, die Sturmabteilungen der NSDAP, commonly known as the SA, and the General Staff and the High Command of the German Armed Forces. The identity and membership of the groups or organizations referred to in the foregoing titles are hereinafter in Appendix B more particularly defined. Count 1, the common plan or conspiracy. Reference the Charter, Article 6, especially Article 6A. 3, statement of the offense. all of the defendants, with divers other persons, during a period of years preceding 8th May 1945, participated as leaders, organizers, instigators, or accomplices in the formulation or execution of a common plan or conspiracy to commit, or which involved the commission of crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity, as defined in the charter of this tribunal. And in accordance with the provisions of the charter, are individually responsible for their own acts and for all acts committed by any persons in the execution of such plan and conspiracy. The common plan or conspiracy embraced the commission of crimes against peace, in that the defendant planned, prepared, initiated, and waged wars of aggression, which were also wars in violation of international treaties, agreements, or assurances. In the development and course of the common plan or conspiracy, it came to embrace the commission of war crimes, in that it contemplated and the defendants determined upon and carried out ruthless wars against countries and populations in violation of the rules and customs of war, including as typical and systematic means by which the wars were prosecuted,